Good morning. We are calling to order the Tuesday, August 12th Management and Internal Services Committee meeting. Let's start with an invocation, please. Lord, thank you so much for the people in this room and all they do for our county. Thank you for the opportunity and the right to assemble and to govern ourselves. Be with us as we go through this agenda today and make these decisions for the county. Help us to make these decisions in wisdom and truth. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and the republic for which it is nation, God, indivisible.
Thank you. We have a quorum of 3 members here today. Need to get approval of the minutes of the previous meeting, gentlemen?
Move to accept.
Second.
Thank you. And are there any changes to the agenda?
Yes, Madam Chair, for your consideration, one item be I-2A. This would be an appointment for a planning commission position.
Okay, very good. So noted. I have no presentations or consent agenda. Let's move directly into debate. Mr. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am. The first item for your consideration is the FY26 Criminal Juvenile Coordinating Council Incentive Grant. We've received this grant for many years. This is the grant that the juvenile court uses to fund the aggressive redirection therapy, or the ART course. This is for medium high risk offenders. The total amount of the grant is $163,992, and staff recommends approval of the acceptance of this grant.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved. Next.
Next item you have is Resolution 2527. This is granting temporary tax relief authorized by House Bill 223. The Georgia State Legislature actually put this into effect towards the end of the session last year. This does give hurricane relief to property owners in Columbia County for eligible timber property. It does require that there's a certification, and it waives the levy and the collection of tax payments that are due in the final quarter of 2024 and each quarter of 2025. Staff recommends the adoption of Resolution 2527.
This was a state house bill. We have to adopt it. It doesn't.
You do not have to adopt it. Counties
Correct.
can adopt it.
So it doesn't automatically just go.
It's
into
not
it.
automatic. Each county has to decide whether or not they want to move forward with this, for their county.
What's the value of this? The
I
dollar.
don't know the exact value of this. I can try to get that number for you. I don't think it's a tremendous amount of money. I do think that it's something that's prudent with the amount of timber that was lost as a result of the hurricane. I can get you that number. My suggestion would maybe that you place this on the debate agenda, and we'll get you some numbers.
That
Mr. Johnson,
would be good. I'd like to.
we asked that, Jana Beth and I asked that question yesterday of the tax commissioner, and I believe you said 25,000? Right. So it's not a lot.
Per
Is
person
that the
or
value
total?
of the timber, or the amount of tax that
You
we
said
will
the
be?
amount of tax.
The amount of tax.
Oh, okay. I was
consent.
thinking it was going to be $1 million.
It's not. No,
not
no,
gonna
ma'am.
affect
It's
our
nowhere
budget.
near that
Move to
number.
consent.
Okay. We will move this to consent and
At-
take it up next.
I'm sorry, at most it would be, the most they can get anyway is $525, I think, per acre of harvested timber. So
Oh,
there's a limitation to it.
okay. Very good. Thank you.
I'll put it back, I'll change the debate if that's what y'all want. It doesn't sound like it's material.
I'm not going to be here.
Move to consent again.
Second.
Moved. We'll go to the consent agenda. All right, number 3.
Next time you have for consideration, this is the purchase of replacement weapons for the sheriff's office. This item was actually contemplated during budget time, and we thought that it'd be better to put this off and try to fund this a different way. This is something that happens every 7 to 10 years. It's not a regular occurrence, but it is something that is necessary for the maintenance of the weapons for the sheriff's office. They are asking to replace their purchase rifles and replace sidearms for the sheriff's office. The total amount of this is $762,975.50. The sheriff is requesting to use $100,000 from his asset forfeiture fund, and the remaining portion of that would be funded from TAVT. This also includes replacing holsters, because the new sidearms will have different optics on them, so the holsters have to be replaced as well. So it is a rather large purchase, but staff recommends approval.
What happens to the surplus?
Thank you, that's where I was going.
What's the question?
Surplus, what do we do with the old weapons?
Yeah, so sheriff's keeping some of those, and then some of those will be traded in to the distributor. The distributor then has the ability to sell the weapons back to the officers. It's an officer buyback program. So there will be an ability for the deputy to be able to buy their weapon back. Same thing with the rifles, as long as they're not Class 3 weapons, nothing fully automatic, nothing suppressed. The new rifles the sheriff's getting are all suppressed, so but it's a built-in integrated suppressor. You can't move that suppressor off of that rifle to another rifle. But deputies will have the opportunity to purchase the sidearms or the weapons they're carrying. And that goes towards the $762,975 is after rebates for trade-in.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved, thank you. Ms. Reese?
The first item I have for your consideration is the ACCG Safety Incentive Discount Program. We have complied with all the requirements of this program to get a premium discount of 5% on our property and liability piece and 7.5% on the workers' comp piece. The estimated premium savings for both programs totals $74,000, and staff is recommending approval of this discount with authorization for the chairman to sign the verification form.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved. Next.
The next item I have for you is the use of forfeiture assets from our 401A fund from Mission Square. This is the county's portion of the retirement program. We currently have over $1 million of forfeiture assets in our account. And the way this happens is when participants leave employment prior to becoming fully vested, the non-vested amounts are then forfeited and they go into a forfeiture account. And we are supposed to use those in a timely manner. So we are requesting that we use these funds to cover the county's contributions to the 401A plan for each pay period beginning August 24th, 2025, and until we get up to $1 million. We won't exceed the $1 million. The second part of this recommendation is that the funds that were budgeted for the retirement program that will not be needed, we would, because we're going to be using forfeiture assets, we would like to use those funds to transfer over into the medical plan to help cover the deficit over there. We are currently implementing several new programs and plan changes to help reduce this deficit that will be presented during open enrollment this year. So there's two recommendations. First, to use the forfeiture assets to fund the county's portion of retirement contributions up to $1 million, and then to transfer $1 million into the medical plan fund from budgeted funds that won't be needed for retirement.
Got it.
So the first $1 million goes back towards our portion of the county's retirement plan. The rest of it goes to the medical.
Yes.
Gotcha.
How often do we transfer? Frankly, I don't remember doing it ever, but do we do it every year?
No, we, usually it's kind of like every 5 years or
5 to 7
so.
years, every 5 to 7 years, we'll have that forfeiture built up. to
We've
about-
done it twice since I've been here.
Explains why I don't recall doing it. Move to consent.
Second.
So moved, thank you. And Mr. Blanchard?
Good morning. The first item I have for your consideration is the renewal of the annual support agreement with or Tyler Technologies for the IAS World software. That's the software that's used by the Tax Commissioner's Office for their billing system and the Tax Assessor's Office for computer-aided mass appraisal. We're requesting authorization to pay $192,685 for their annual maintenance. That'll come out of IT's operating budget, and staff recommends approval.
May have already said it, but is this the same price as last year? Is this a new purchase?
This is, I'm not sure how much more it is than last year, but it's a slight percentage increase. Not a new purchase. This is the agreement that we have going forward with Tyler for this software.
Will this go away if we purchase the other software that we had, that we've been talking about?
No, ma'am. The other software, the AI software, is what I was
Completely
referring to.
different. Okay.
That's something that will support them in doing their appraisals. This is really the core system that they use to store all of their information. The data they use in that system would be used to put into this one to support their day-to-day operations.
Okay.
Move to consent, but I'd like to know before the next meeting what the increase is.
Certainly.
Second.
So moved. Thank you. Next.
The next item I have for your consideration is an agreement with CoreSite for the lease of co-location space. In 2016, the broadband utility entered into an agreement with JT Communications to lease space at 55 Marietta in Atlanta. That's a hub that we use in order to be able to work with any number of service providers in order to get internet service. That agreement has reached the end of its term. JT Communications is essentially no longer an entity, and CoreSite has taken over that responsibility. This is going to be a year-to-year agreement. That's how they do things now. There's not a 4-year agreement or anything like that. So it's year-to-year with a monthly recurring cost of $23.75 or $28,500 per year. And this will come from Broadband's operating funds. Staff recommends approval.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved. Next.
All right, last item I have for your consideration is to approve an agreement with ROK or Rock Technologies for GIS infrastructure. Right now, we have what's called an on-premise solution for our GIS software. That means all of our servers that we have that support our GIS operations are located here in our data center. What we're proposing to do is, like a lot of solutions, you've heard this thing before, where we're going to work with this contractor or this service provider to move those to a remote site. The benefit with Rock Technologies is that they are the only provider that we could find. They're recommended by Esri, the manufacturer of our software, as being the only company that supports GIS solutions to the level that they do. So in essence, what we'll be doing is moving that solution outside. That will improve our disaster recovery because they have that built in as part of their solution. Our resiliency, the ability to use this from really any location instead of being here on site at the county. So it's what we would call a software as a service. I'm sure you remember you've heard me say software as a service in the past. So we're asking for authorization to proceed with this. The cost will be $226,040 through GIS's 2025-2026 budget, and GIS will budget for that amount in the future, or that amount plus they will let us know if there will be any potential increase in that solution forward. Staff recommends approval.
That's a
Moving it.
yearly amount?
Say again?
That's a yearly amount?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is a new software purchase,
Not a new software
or
purchase.
it's a new purchase.
It's a new purchase, yes, correct.
This was
Where are we
contemplated.
going to save money on the other end doing it? How do you offset the spend?
We have the opportunity there to save some money, and it's difficult to pinpoint an exact number, but I can tell you that, and Mr. Hobbs can come up if you like to talk more about how this impacts his day-to-day operations. But we did have funding budgeted, or we're going to budget for this year for $113,000, I believe, with Esri to support our current solution. That's something we won't have to do. So that's really half of this cost. There was another IT purchase that we were able to defer or not do because it was $90,000 because we anticipated doing this. So there's savings that are built into this. Honestly, I don't believe it'll ever be more than a wash, truthfully. The
But a
benefit.
wash is still savings. I mean, you're spending here, reducing here.
Right. The best it will ever be is going to be a wash. The biggest savings of this really comes in terms of efficiency and dependability. The efficiency being that we have trained GIS system administrators at this company that are supporting these systems and helping us through our upgrade process, whereas before that entire load was on our GIS department and our IT department.
Do this. I'm going to move to consent, but I want to see the swap before the meeting, just like the other. So,
We have that, and I get that information for you.
perfect. Move to consent.
Second.
So moved. But I do have a question. So this is we're moving it to a remote site in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina?
Their corporate headquarters is in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
I was just,
That's not where their data center, that they
Okay.
have, actually, there are multiple data centers.
Yeah, it'll be mirrored.
For security reasons and for disaster recovery reasons.
I was just thinking hurricanes and Mount Pleasant. It's like a good place to store our stuff. Gotcha. Okay, next, facility services. Good morning.
Y'all doing okay?
Yes.
Morning.
I have 3 items for your consideration this morning. The first item is the award of the construction contract to R.W. Allen for the construction of the Performing Arts Support Facility. As you know, this facility is located adjacent to the PAC. It's an event venue. It provides a lot of storage needs for the PAC. This project was designed alongside Community Services and the manager at the PAC to make sure that his needs are fulfilled. When we constructed the PAC, we knew within the first year that we were short on storage. So this facility kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Bids were received on July 17th. We had a good set of documents and a lot of bidders. And we really look forward to building this nice new facility adjacent to the PAC. Staff recommends approval. The amount of $9,684,000, and construction shall be complete within 425 days.
Move to consent.
Second.
Are you abstaining?
Well,
How that
yeah, I
work?
was just thinking maybe we should put it on the consent, the debate
Debate.
agenda so I can abstain when it comes up.
Can do that.
Here.
I move to debate.
Second.
So moved to debate. Thank you, Steve.
Second item for your consideration is change order number 3 with Kolke Construction for the Fire Rescue 2 replacement project. As you know, we've cut the ribbon. This project is complete, and this is my final change order. This is for various items up into the last few months of construction, unforeseen items. For instance, we had signage that was not included in the documents, electrical provisions to a grease trap, some elevator requirements that came in late that we needed to take care of. So we are offering or asking for $44,364.57, and an additional 87 days added to the contract. This amount is within my budget amount for the project, so staff recommends approval.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved. One more?
The last item for your consideration is a independent contract agreement with Train Controls. This is for Building C, mostly on the tax commissioner and IT side. We have replaced some units over there. This facility was originally built as a phased project, so the right side was built first, the left side was built last. And some of these units are over 23 years old. There's 2 different HVAC control systems in that building. One is Johnson Controls, which we no longer use. We're kind of moving all to Carrier and Train in that building. So this basically goes through the building, does what's called a retro commissioning of the facility. It offers us information on what's working and planning for the future on other units that need to be replaced, as well as updating those HVAC controls. So staff recommends approval of the contract with Train in the amount of $249,383, being funding from 2328 SPOS building upgrades.
The old units are the original?
Some of them are, yes, ma'am.
That's impressive that you made them limp along this. Gentlemen,
Move to consent.
Second.
so moved.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Pruitt. I have one item that was added to the agenda, I-2A.
Yes, ma'am, I present that. This is the appointment of Russell Wilder to fill the unexpired term of Jim Steed on the Planning Commission. As you know, Mr. Steed has resigned from the Planning Commission and announced his intent to run for the District 2 Commission seat vacated by Vice Chair Allen, who will be his last official meeting, I believe. This will take care of the Planning Commission moving forward until that special election happens for the commission seat.
Good. Mr. Wilder, thank you for being here with us today. You sure you want another round on the Planning and Zoning Commission? Pretty sure. All right, very
Going to
good.
give you the Glutton for Punishment Award. Move to consent.
Do you have any?
Second. No, I have no
Speech.
comments other than I know Mr. Wilder's
knows the territory, and I'm sure he will do a fantastic job serving on that board.
Thank you for being willing to serve, and that will go to the consent agenda. Thank you, gentlemen. Do we have any legal matters? No legal matters. Let's move into staff reports, please.
The first report I have for you is the year-to-date budget report. We have completed the first month of the new fiscal year. We should be operating around 8.3% at this time. As usual, I have listed some of the major funds on the rec sheet for your information, and a little early to really comment on anything, but everything is working as it should be.
Very good. Last update?
Yes, the second report is the sales tax report. We have received money for the month of June. That was just over $3.2 million. Our annualized percentage increase is now 7.41%. This amount is not quite a percent over last month and is 5.89% over the same month last year.
Thank you. And the investment report?
Yes, the final item is the investment report for the month of June for your review.
Gentlemen, do you have any questions?
I do not.
Do you have any commissioner comment? Other public comment?
I have a
None?
comment, Madam Chair, just one item, just as a way of update. As you know, as the chair, the Board of Commissioners asked that this committee review the C3AI software. We did have a meeting with that firm, and we are still going through the due diligence there. The committee will need to report back to the Board of Commissioners at some point. That may be the next meeting whenever the chair is ready, but I just wanted to make the rest of the commissioners and the committee aware that that had occurred and that we should be making our report hopefully soon.
Very good. Thank you. Yes, we did meet with them. Commissioner Couch and myself heard the presentation and got into the weeds of how it works and what it does, and heard from staff on that as well. So we will present to you at a time in the future. Thank you for that update. I have nothing for executive session, and we will adjourn and return back for the Development Planning Services Committee in
Let's round it off to 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Break.
Thank